Hi guys, welcome to episode 1 of JAMB Success Stories inside the 300 plus club. Our guest today scored 318 in JAMB 2024. Yes, 318. He is now studying medicine and surgery at the University of Calabar, Cross River State. Today we are asking him the exact strategy that helped his success and most of all the mistakes he avoided. So if you are serious about scoring 280 plus or 300 and above, this is a must watch.
Thanks for joining us. Let's start from the beginning. What's your name?
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here. My name is Idi Christian.
Okay. So what was your JAM score and what year did you write?
My JAMB score was 318 and I wrote 2024.
318. Yeah. And what year did you write?
2024 ETM.
So what course did you choose and why?
Right, so I chose medicine and surgery to study at the University of Calabar. And one of the reasons I did it was naturally I have a love for medicine. I know most of us watched Ben Castle, those of us those of us who have love for the medical career. That's one of the person that initiated this dream. So I really love medicine as a whole. So I said, okay, let me go for that.
That's good. So when you saw your score, what was your first reaction?
I can remember, yes, I remember very well. At first I was, let's say, shy to check the result because I don't know what to expect. Even though I know I had tried my best in preparation, but I actually checked it, and when I saw it, I was very happy. And I did it in the midst of my family, and they were all happy.
So when did you start preparing seriously for the JAM?
This is actually a very unique question to me because a lot of people believe that, in fact, it's the natural belief that for you to prepare for something like JAMB examination, you have to start the year before, so that you have very good grounds. But I'm somebody who, towards preparing for this JAM, I gave up too early. But after a couple of advice and people told me that I can still do it, I started preparing for my JAM around the ending of February. Yes, and a lot of people feel like, that's it, JAM is around April. But that's when I started preparing for my JAM, and to God be the glory, it came out well. Yes.
So did you attend any JAM lesson or you studied on your own?
Okay. Earlier when I started, I studied on my own, but I saw that personally I could not really go very far. So I had to attend JAM tutorials, and it really helped me. It helped me like 60% of my success or so in JAM tutorials.
Thank you. So how many hours did you study daily?
Let's say give or take 6 hours, because I really involved in JAM CBT apps and my normal studies and the rest of the other stuff I do. So everything joined together. Let's say it's 6 hours.
Everything?
Let's leave it at 6 hours.
Wow, that's good. So what was your reading timetable like?
Alright, so first of all, I scheduled my timetable in the sense of I'll take different subjects at different time intervals or different periods. Let me explain what I mean. I told you I started my JAM preparation around even February. So that I gave, let's say, 2 weeks of chemistry, we are around 2 weeks of biology, and then I finished one subject before going to another, so that I'm not just because there was a myth I got that let's say if you read them randomly, you're going to kind of start writing chemistry physics.
Yeah.
But even if they are almost the same, that was my whole plan.
So did you read all subjects equally or you prioritize some?
Okay, actually I am good at physics.
Yeah.
So when I read physics, I read it with happiness, not I don't read with pressure. It may seem like if I want to read only physics, I'll just give all my attention to it. So what I did was I give all subjects. I read all subjects equally. Because for physics, I knew that since I knew physics, I don't have to do so much. Yes. So I actually attacked the subject that I knew how to do so much, do plenty. And one of those subjects was English, surprisingly. I had to concentrate on English, surprisingly.
Okay. So what materials did you use? Textbooks, past questions, CBT apps?
Okay, so I will start from textbooks. So for my chemistry, I use understanding chemistry. I use laminar chemistry, one of my favorites. For physics, I use laminar physics. I use hidden facts in physics. I use all-inclusive calculation in physics. For English, I use A to Z JAMBs of English. For my biology, I use essential biology. Yes. For English, like I've already mentioned for English, I think those are, and for my CBT apps, I used my school app, and I also used 330 app. Those were my materials, my major materials.
So you use my school app for practicing past questions. That's nice. So how important were past questions in your studies?
Very important.
Yeah.
Past questions cannot be overemphasized. Right? There's something I tell people that JAMB don't have new questions to ask. In the sense that you will not see exact. Don't get me wrong. You will see exact same question, but all the questions are centered around a particular idea, a particular concept. So you can never see like a very new question that is very strange to get. So that's one of the things that helped me. Now, that's how, and you can also use past questions to what's called to measure your progress, or to know how good you are at a particular time. So when I started, I told you when I started around February, I was doing past questions. I was scoring 169. I was scoring 220. I was scoring 210. I was not even
That's
passing
in the
250.
CBT apps.
The CBT apps. That was my score, and I was feeling so bad. But at the point when I was reading, I was going on because I was doing this my school app every day. So now I could do it twice a day. You get, and as I was doing it, I found out that I saw progress. I started reaching 250. I started reaching until it was particular day. I scored over 300. I was so happy. So and after I scoring at 300, I just went and rest. I went and rest. You get, because I celebrated the small victory. You understand? And that's another very important point.
Thank you. How did you study subjects like chemistry and physics effectively?
Okay, I'll start with physics. I think for physics, one of the things I did that got me very well was that I started, I never really liked physics at first.
Oh.
I didn't say this. I never really liked physics. So when I a lot of calculations, a lot of complicated calculations. So what I did was that, first of all, they say physics is about calculations, like a lot of calculations, physics and formulas here. What I did that I was able to get a book and I got all the formulas in physics. And then I looked at it, tried to memorize them, and then got all the formulas in physics. Then that's when I started reading topics by topics. And after I finished reading each topic, I look at the formulas and I solve questions with it. Like each topic comes with questions you get. And then that's one of the ways that helped me in physics. And most times I just solve questions randomly when I'm doing my CBT app, and then when I now see that okay, I cannot solve particular question, I go to the topic and then try to get it. Like my chemistry I use mostly mnemonics. Like I use shortcuts. There are a lot of things to do in chemistry, a lot of talks and a lot of, like when you're reading organic chemistry, metals and its compounds and most of those inorganic chemistry parts, where I have a lot of talks to get. What I did was I used mnemonics. I tried to make it in a way I understood them you get, and I studied my textbook judiciously, and I'll still go back to the fact that CBT helped me, past questions helped me. You can never really know everything that you don't know, because there are a lot of things you don't know that you don't even know that you don't know them. You get? I don't know if you get me. So now what helps me is that once I answer past questions, I know that okay, I don't know this part, and then I'll go back to my my textbook and then try to now find out and then help myself. I think this is basically technique I use in studying chemistry and physics effectively.
So how did you handle difficult subjects?
Okay, for difficult subjects, I seek help.
And topics too.
Okay, and there are difficult topics. I seek help actually. I watched YouTube videos on those topics.
Yeah.
I met my tutors in tutorials and they helped me also. So yeah, that's basically how I did it. But most especially, I know I used a couple of YouTubers that helped me in breaking down these difficult topics.
Yeah. What was your strategy for time management in the exam?
Okay, my strategy for time management in exams. So first of all, I had strengths. After all my reading, I found out my strength was in biology. Like I got not like in terms of how well I know it, in terms of how fast I can answer it. So I saw that I could answer biology very fast. So I started with that. I started with biology, and then I went to the next topic that would be less consuming. So I felt that okay, calculations could take time. So I went to English immediately, and then funny enough, I just left the comprehension to come back to it later because I know comprehension you have to read it. So I answered all the questions in physics, in biology, and in English. And I think around 30 minutes I was done with biology and English because of how fast I used it. And then I took my time, I did physics, calculations, I did chemistry, and then I went back to my English comprehension, and then I still had like 20 minutes left, and then I browsed through every other stuff. I think that was my time plan.
Yeah. So, did you at any point get questions when you were exam? And if yes, how strategically?
Okay, I'm laughing at this because yes, although I didn't get a lot of questions, because okay, let me just explain this to you. Once you do effective study, right, you will have idea in all questions. Yeah, you're going to have idea in all questions. But now JAMB is they are very strategic. Yes, because they are going to ask you questions where you have similar options. You get, and then you get confused at some point. So now, what I did in this option, I did elimination method. We popularly call it elimination method, where you just look for options that are similar to that don't even rhyme with the question at all, and then you eliminate them.
Did you ever feel discouraged while preparing?
Definitely, I felt discouraged most of the times. Not even some. Most of the times, I felt very discouraged. But there was a time I felt that just leave this jam and go and look for one shop and open. I started doing business. You get?
Yeah.
I felt you know when you feel most discouraged. So when let's say you've been let me just use an instance now. I've been doing my CBT a lot of time, and the time I started scoring high, 280, 300, 300. That was just my range. That was like my average I was scoring. And then all of a sudden, after I felt that I've done very well, and then I come back to score 240 again. Like I just feel discouraged. Okay, now no, this. So that's when you feel most joy. When you feel you've gone high, and then all of a sudden you just start going back to me. But now that's just stepping stone. Just like you do harder, just do more, and then you're going to do better. You get.
So were there moments where you felt that you wouldn't score high?
Like okay, let me just say this. Even till like till the night or till the day before the day I was supposed to write JAMB, I felt I must score very high because how I used to ascend to get the assurance that I was score high was that the day before the JAMB, I did CBT, my CBT app, two different CBT app, like 3 trials, and then I scored an average of 320. So I knew that okay, yes, I'm going to do well. But definitely, I felt like towards my study, I was studying. I feel is entering and it's coming out on this other side, or it's not really sinking. But actually, it's actually sinking. You're understanding, you're studying, and you see the effect when you write the JAMB.
So what kept you motivated?
What kept me motivated? Yes, family.
What kept pushing you? Like anytime it's like I must get to the end of this.
Yeah, I understand because first of all, I went too far to give up at particular point. I'd already put in a lot of time, a lot of energy because I had to cut a lot of things. Like I cut a lot of my activities and a lot of things, and I had already sacrificed a lot of things. I cannot just come and cut it at that time. And I had a dream that yes, I want to study this course. I want to get into this field. Yes. So I said, okay, yes, I need to keep pushing. And my family were also there supporting me, and I have younger ones who are looking up to me, and then I'll just come and give up at the end. Most of the time, once you want to give up, just have that mindset that people who are looking up to you, people who are waiting for you to know, they are saying, "Oh, get this or this achievement, or get this dream, get yes, exactly." So you can't just give up and then give up on them, understand? Or just that dream is not just your dream alone. A lot of people who are there for you, you understand? So I cannot just give up after seeing all these factors.
What common mistakes do JAMB candidates make from your experience?
Okay, from my experience, I think one of the mistakes I made was I fear overcoming. Yet I felt that okay, I cannot do this thing, and then I'll just be scared for no reason. I mean, there's nothing there. Yeah, so I don't think we should allow fear to like overcome the whole process. Yeah. Another mistake is what's it called? Trying to pressure yourself when you know that yes, you're doing something. Yeah, I know that yes, the pressure has to be just like you match up standard. But once you have a little victory, celebrate it. Don't pressure yourself too much. Too much pressure will just make you to just to feel you're not doing something when you're doing something, and it can affect you even in your exam. Just
So how?
live here and don't pressure yourself too much.
So what nearly affected your performance?
Procrastination. Procrastination nearly killed me. Oh Lord. So I remember that time. I was not taking the action. I told you that it was advice from people that actually pushed me. But you know, don't really depend on motivation. You get? motivation is good, right? But once that motivation leaves, and that's the only source of energy or source of strength, you get that, that fuel is not there again.
First one.
Exactly, your first comes from your get. So now once motivation job, I started procrastinating, started doing a lot of things that were not ideal for a jam bite or suppose pray for jam. You get, but I still found my feet, and then I came back up, and then I allowed that motivation to come from myself, and then discipline myself, and with consistency, I went for it.
Okay. So what should JAMB 2026 students stop doing immediately?
Please, as a jam bites, just cancel the idea of there's still time. There's no time. There's no time. You don't have that time. Please.
There is no time.
Okay. Yes, you can still do something with the time that you have left, and you're going to still score very high.
Yes.
But cancel the mindset that, oh, I have the time, so I can just if you think it's your school exams, or you can just walk in 2 weeks before the jam, start doing something, and then you're going to feel very well. You're going to feel beautifully. That's not what I say. So please, there's no time. Just put in effort, and then start work. The time to start is now. Not 2 minutes later, not 3 hours later. It's now. Not even tomorrow. Start now. And it starts from your mindset, having the right mindset. Have the mindset of a winner, someone who can pass. You're going to do this beautifully.
What happened on your exam day? Like, were you nervous?
Okay, answer this question. I'm going to make reference to the jam I wrote years back before previous years. Okay, so I think most time when people ask me, why didn't you score very well in this jam? One of the reasons I tell them is because I felt very nervous. I felt uneasy in the exam. I don't even know I never have any strategy. I didn't know what to do. But that changed the new jam. I'm going to tell you what I did. So I had a strategy. I told you. Started with subjects I knew I was very fast. I was very good at answering very fast. And I also was very relaxed in the exam hall. Why? Because I had been doing my CBT app. I was used to it. When I was in the exam hall, I felt like I was just doing my normal CBT app. I felt as I was in the house. But I got comfortable with doing it. So I was just like, this is not something I'm going to do. So I felt comfortable with this. So that's you see me. Most of my teachers have been emphasizing on the usefulness or the importance of both CBT and past questions. And it helped me to be comfortable in the exam. And then exactly, and I even had a lot of time. So I think that's.
So what did you do the night before your jam? Like something special, something.
So the night before my jam, I slept like a baby. I slept beautifully. So what I did was that the day before the jam, I said it once that I actually measured myself by testing myself with different apps, CBT apps, and then see my average score, and then I knew okay, I'll do it. The night before my jam, I slept well, relaxed my brain. Don't distress yourself during the night before the exam. This is a very stressful exam, and determine your life, your future. So what you have to do is relax yourself. All the pressure, yes, all your pressure you're doing is enough. Trust it and believe that your pressure is enough. Then relax, and then you go in the morning, the next day, and then write it and come out it and passing beautifully.
So, any advice for managing exam anxiety?
Okay, for me, I don't know if this should be an advice, because what I do is that I'm someone who loves watching movies, and for a long time, because of this jam preparation, I actually stopped that. So the morning before jam, when I felt very nervous, I actually went back to watching my movies.
The morning
before the jam. So, but the idea is not the movie actually. That's not what I'm trying to say. Exactly. Find something you love doing. You get something you love doing. Let's say you love listening to music. Just to calm yourself before the examination. Me, what counts me is when I watch. That's what I even now I still apply it. Like a lot of my friends and classmates see me before the very serious exam watching movie, like me, bro, what are you doing? Like we have a very serious exam, I watch a movie. You don't know I'm watching just to calm my nerves and the rest of the thing. I think that's what I did to like battle with being nervous.
If you were to write JAMB again in 2026, what will you do differently?
What will I do differently? I would say I'll start early.
Yeah.
Yes, because I think there's an advantage of people who start reading early. Yes, they have a lot of they cover a whole lot of material and a lot of things, so they are grounded very properly. Yes, you cannot really shake them off. But that's not really that doesn't mean if you're not putting start early, you will not pass again. I'll just say that will be
the drive matters.
An advantage. The strength I will use now, the effort I will use will be less. You can say something like that. But it's still good.
Yeah. Okay, so what's one piece of advice would you give JAMB 2026 candidates?
My advice for you is try chop food.
Yeah.
So,
Eat
okay.
eat strength.
Well, that was on the lighter mode actually. So
Yeah.
I think what I'll say you should do is just put your mind to it.
Yeah.
Right? Put your mind to it and do it. You know the popular trend that says Yakubu manage to do it as if want to kill you, but you'll not die. That's not. So just put your mind. You see, you feel so reluctant, you feel so discouraged and the rest of it. You feel like this is the end of the world. Like you're giving your all to it, but just give it. And after this, you know you're going to get
your goal. Yeah. So do you think an average student can score 300 plus?
For me, I don't feel there's anybody who's an average student.
Yeah.
There's no average student.
Yes.
Once you do the work properly and you do it right, you understand. You know you cannot be average. You're going to get your time.
Yeah, because effort equals to output.
Exactly. Effort equals to output. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it to get.
Yeah.
So now, if you put average effort, you get an average student. Now, if you set an average student is someone, let's say, who puts the effort minimum or an average student.
Yeah, you make yourself average.
Exactly. You make yourself average. Nobody is being tagged or tagged average.
So thank you. So you've heard it directly from someone who has done it and is now studying medicine. JAMB success is not by luck, it's by discipline and strategy. If you found this video helpful, like this video, share with someone preparing for JAMB. Remember, this is just episode 1. More is to come. So subscribe, comment your target score below. Let's see who is aiming for 300 plus. See you in my next video. Bye.